Welcome. My name is Delia Coates, and this is my Node.js capstone streaming. So last time, I think last time we ran into an issue with me trying to troubleshoot my code, and so what I think it was happening. So excuse me, let me actually start talking. What I think was happening, I was trying to so my front end code wasn't working. So what was happening is, let me find the file and then share my screen. Okay, file is found, and then let me share my screen. Okay, so this add a meal, you would insert something, and it would refresh and not display current meals. Also, in the middle of it, I broke displaying current meals. In the middle of like in the middle of rewriting it, I kind of did that. So let me, and so I kind of had implemented vaguely a testing strategy, but not really. I mean, I had like 2 tests and I didn't really do anything with it. I was like, my front end doesn't need tests. It's fine. Well, my front end was broken and it definitely needed tests. So, that's kind of after my mentor meeting on Friday. It was like, oh, go write some tests. So that's where I'm at. You haven't seen me stream because I've been trying to watch the video of us doing code and trying to go through and make the tests actually appear. I also added Webpack to my project so that I could export render and template and all of this other stuff into my testing schema. The biggest issue that I'm having right now is that I have 2 dist files. I have a dist in public, and I have a dist here. So this seems to be the current one. So I'm kind of really confused right now. I'm not really sure what to do with 2 publics, or 2 dists. I think I need to move this public into this dist. Oh right, I have one of these files open. Let's try again. Right. I have them open probably in VS Code. Yes, there we go. So this is my Webpack, kind of thing. I did the Webpack demo, and I think I mostly did it just fine. With some errors, and it was a thing. Okay, so let's open recent meal planner, and it's going to be like, oh, things have changed. And how I realized that I had 2 publics. Okay, so let's delete this bundle.js. This bundle.js was older, so I'm gonna delete it. And this needs to, so let's go here and let's remove these 2 things. From here. And then let's delete this folder. And that should be the structure that we want. which is dist public, and then dist, which has our bundle, and then public. Okay, after doing that, that's a lot of changes. So let's see here. Let's commit these changes. Hopefully it looks good, and then we will, and then from there what we'll do is we will double check our index.html and make sure that it looks good. Correcting folder structure. And I think the reason why this happened is because I did not really understand. I didn't notice what happened when I was doing this. I was like, oh, this is a folder. This is, I don't know. It's hard to look at this list and go, this is a lot. Okay, so let's look at our index.html and make sure that our main CSS is in the same. Bundle.js is in 2 folders above, or a folder above. Yeah. Okay, great. And then that should, let's save that, and let's commit that, and say relinking bundle.js. And then let's do npm -- run build -- watch. That way we can do a Webpack build, and Webpack is automatically building. Great. So it looks like it's only building from api.js. I think. So I may have to look at my Webpack configuration file. Oh, okay. So let's change this, shall we? Because really this should be a... and then here, and then there, and then save. And why does ESLint not like this? Okay, I'm gonna say save, and then if need be, I'll figure that out. Okay, so let me stage those changes. Editing Webpack to be client to pack multiple. Editing Webpack config. No, that doesn't make sense. Correcting multiple sources, multiple source entry format, which sounds like a bunch of letters together, but it should be fine. Let's open up another terminal and click push. Oh, you need a key. Because I haven't pushed any changes because I've been fiddling around with these files. Trying to get my testing to work. Okay, so let me put on the secret and grab the thing. So I guess the biggest thing for me is like, I guess my biggest journey with uh, really writing unit tests and like restructuring my app to do unit tests is kind of at the moment, how do we put this? Have been really trying to understand the logic of it and understand like why my test is failing and like understanding how to make my test unfail. Because that I think is really the hardest part is like how to make my test unfail. Like if I don't understand why it's returning this, I don't understand like, and it really I think confronts you with the knowledge of the language that you don't know. And I think that's the scary thing about unit testing. Um, and actually, that probably should be a tweet, to be honest. Um, okay, now that I have done the thing, let me turn off secret, and then let's tweet that. Twitter. Let's do a new message. And it still thinks it's 140 characters. That's funny. Okay. So let's see here. Unit testing challenges you with its errors, with knowing, challenges you to truly know what your code is doing. And to break it down into manageable chunks. All right, let's do it. Hashtag testing, hashtag all right, great. Let's X that out. We don't care. Let me bring up my restreamer chat. I don't necessarily expect anyone to chat, but hey, it'd be cool if somebody did. Okay. So, let's get back to it, shall we? Okay, so I forgot. I'll use this one, and then we'll create a third one for the thing. Okay, so let's run npm test dash 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 watch. Okay, great. Okay, runs tests. Okay, so here's the thing that I expected string to contain value. Which is like, okay, I don't entirely understand what's going on here. So what I'm going to say is, I think I'm going to say div. And then save that. And then maybe that's going to work. Okay. And the biggest issue is I don't know whether this is my test or whether this is something else. For instance, I know that in our session, this was rewritten, but I think it was written the same way. And I'm not sure about what document.body.innerHTML. I mean, as far as I know, this should be working. I mean, theoretically, this is going to be in my client JS here. And if I console log input, it's going to give me console log. So the input to this is here. And so this seems to be working. I'm just not sure about how this is I'm not sure like what this is doing entirely. I wonder if I should do this. Let's see what happens when I run. Okay, it is an element, I think. I don't entirely understand how to interpret that. But I guess that's the price of using jQuery. Okay, so let's see here. I'm gonna delete some of these comments because it's kind of like, oh my god, blah. Actually, let's check this console log real quick. Oh! Something is wrong with this then. Okay, so this is why testing is so amazing. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, let's comment this back out again. Okay, all we're doing is console logging input. Okay, so let's say return input. Okay, that's awesome. So right now, let's say, I don't think we need this right now, is the other thing. Like, I think it's good to iterate over the object, but right now we're just trying to test this one particular thing. And this is almost like some sort of like template test or something like that, right? And so, yeah. So, oh, I think we need to destructure. Because, okay, so the idea is that what we're doing... Okay, so let's talk about what this needs to do. This needs to take input and apply input to template. And I need to figure out how to test template. Expect... And that's... I don't entirely know how to test template, because I think template equals item equals dot name. I mean, it should contain macaroni as far as I can tell. Because it should have... I mean, it's spelled correctly. Actually, it doesn't... What I need to do is I need to just pass it this. I need to pass it this object. And not actually the other. It doesn't need to be like an object. Like that. Okay. So let's try that. Oh. Expected collection to be an array-like structure received undefined. Okay, so let's try this. It's returning describe it templates. And like, I kind of feel like that the not to contain, I don't understand. Expect. Okay, so let's look at this one. Div. I guess we should say P. P. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm like... I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. And maybe I need to read the Jest documentation. Like... Okay, so let's make some notes at least. Okay. So, let's do this. Destructure input. And then what are we doing? And then call template. And then pass it into template. Okay, great. And okay, we've got that. Here, I'm not sure what I'm doing. Is this expect correct? I don't know is the biggest thing. I really don't. Like, I'm like, expect blah? Expect blah? Maybe I should have expect div? I don't know. Okay, so this is destructuring, because again, I was kind of looking it up before. Um, this look is really bright for me right now. Oh, that's much better. I'm sorry, streamers, if you hate it. Okay, so mm, mm. Okay, so data to be destructured is on the right hand. Destructuring target. Oh, okay. So, in other words, so what we can do is in our code, what we should probably do is we should do this. We do const and then meals equals input. Seriously? I don't know if that's actually going to be what we need it to be. Okay. Okay, I'm just going nuts with this. Okay, so let's do meals. And then let's put a comma to make ESLint happy. Yes, ESLint. Unnecessarily renamed. Okay. Uh, okay, great. So then let's console log meals. And let's do mealy. Just because we can. And then let's do here. Oh. Okay. That's interesting. Okay, let's console log this statement. Test suite failed to run. Wow. Okay. It really hates this. Okay, we don't need the const here. Test suite failed to run. Wow. Okay, let's do this. Haha! Okay. So they look exactly the same. So let's do 2. And I know this is, I mean, I guess this seems to be wandering, and I feel like I'm wandering, but I kind of feel like don't entirely know what I'm doing here. So thank you to all my live EDU listeners or watchers who are looking at me struggle with this. Okay, so let's do name. Let's do broccoli, and then let's make that lowercase, and let's make it a string. And from here, let's do ingredients. Let's make that an array. And then let's put salt, because we are not on a salt-free diet. Okay, what do you not like? Unexpected token. What? Okay. It's an array of objects. What? Okay, so currently our destructuring doesn't do anything. Okay, because if you compare, and the reason why I say that is because if you compare these two outputs, and honestly, I should probably write a test for these. I'm just kind of obsessed about getting this test working. Because I know it should work, and I know it's like probably something really simple. Okay, so let's do... Okay. Okay, for some reason my ESLint and my autosaver are really not liking this. It's gonna drive me nuts. Okay, let's go back to my destructuring. Okay, so it looks like I have to do meals and then meals. Even though ESLint doesn't like it, let's try it. Maybe I'm trying because I'm trying to destructure from an object to an array. Because essentially, I want to strip out this meals. I don't care about meals. I want it to be an array. Okay, so let's do this. I don't think that we need this destructuring thing. So let's... And I think this is how to... I don't think that we need to do this object.keys. I think what we need to do is we need to do this. Input dot meals dot map m equals fat arrow, actually, and then template m. Okay. So let's see, because input.meals.map, oh, it's not maps, it's map. Because it's an array that should, because remember, notice this code right here, I was like, oh, it should be blah, 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 blah. And so, okay, so let's do this. Let's make it a lot simpler. And let's put here. That way, Eastland doesn't hate me. Trailing comma. And then from here, let's try it. One failing. Cannot read property map of undefined. Maybe I should use that notation? Okay, so why do we do this? Wait. This is input. I don't have to do input.meals or .meal, whatever. Again, I just have to do input.map. Okay. Great. I mean, I'm kind of back at the same place where I don't know what the hell. But I've managed to restore the code, this code, and have it working. I don't know why input isn't taking... I don't know... Oh. Oh my god. I mean, testing is good, but it's like, fuck. Okay, so we're done with this. For now. You can always remove it. And, okay. And what we're trying to do is, what we're trying to do is we're trying to test this render. I think we can... I think that we should test this mapping. I don't know if we can test this mapping meals into templates. I mean, it's just a map, so it's not like... Or into template, excuse me. Alright, let's comment on this console log, because we don't need it anymore. The biggest thing that I don't know is whether or not this is correct or this is correct. So let's move on to the testing the template one. Okay, so the template one is we are expected string to contain value. Item.name and item.ingredients. I wonder if there's like some sort of to contain. Okay, let me turn the contrast mode off. Nothing interesting in chat. Let's hope. I think Twitter will notify me a bit. Okay. Nope. Okay. So let's do expect dot to anything. And then let's remove macaroni. Okay. Expect dot anything. Ah. Okay. What? Oh my god. Okay. I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like being just, we need to get to know each other. Getting started. Okay. Using matchers. Okay. To match. Okay. Array is to contain. Okay. Reference docs. That's what I'm looking for. Because what I want to find out is whether or not it does this. And I probably will need a using with webpack guide at some point. Oh my god. Okay. Testing asynchronous code. You know. To match object. Ooh. To contain. Let's look up to contain and see if I'm doing this right. Oh. Okay. Okay. Expect. And then template. To contain. Maybe. Ah ha ha ha. We're getting somewhere now, huh? Okay. So let's do this. Let's. Uh-huh. Okay. Uh, Look at that. Fuck. Excuse my language. I think I just passed my first test. Okay, let's comment this out. Yay! First passing test. Okay, then what we're doing wrong here is, so our template works. The biggest issue right now, I think, is going to be our jQuery. In the way in which we're trying to test render and see how render works. And right now, we're not actually passing render anything. Oh, wait. I don't know what I don't know. So, okay. So let's commit this and commit our first passing test. Okay, let's see if my git push. Oh, wait. I need to create a third bash. Let's git push, and let's see if my SSH is saving. It is not. Arg. Okay. Well, you know what? We're gonna skip that for now. Okay. So now we need to figure out what we're doing with this render function and making this behave. So let's look. Current meals.html store.meals. Okay. So I feel like we need to call the render function. When do we do this? Let's move this out. Test that thing, and then we can figure out if render function is going to be something like that. Okay, so let's save. Let's export it. Let's import it. Okay. And then really, honestly, I think the template should go Um, I think the template should go in here, probably. Okay, still passing. Great. And then from here, let's create another it. Mapping meals is correct. And then from here, create an arrow function, and then a thing, put a thing, and then they probably want spaces. And then from here, let's do expect. And then we're going to say mapping meals. Oh, meep. Okay. Uh-huh. And then we're going to pass in our thing. Actually, we want to pass in something with meals in it. So we're going to pass in what render is. Let me make sure I've got that right. Okay, it's actually this one. Okay. Uh-huh. And then to contain macaroni. And to field. Input.map is not a function. Okay. Oh, I can tell you why. Because it's expecting an array. Okay. Input.map is not a function on an array. Which is true. Like, because it should be store.meals. Okay, so let's say okay, what is that one? Okay. Okay. Collection to not tained value. Interesting. That is really, really confusing. Okay, I'm gonna take a break. And then I'll come back and work for not that much longer. Okay, I'm back. And my dropped frame rate is really high. I think I need to close some tabs. So I'm going to close all of these tabs. And hopefully that reduces some of it. Make sure there isn't anything in Twitter. Moments, whatever. Okay. So mapping meals is correct. To contain. I don't understand this. Expect collection to not contain value. Okay. Okay. Our template is working. Let's remove this. Oh, it's running twice. Okay. So, because it's returning 2 twice. I don't entirely understand. Okay, let's check the chat. See if there's anything interesting. Nope. I didn't think so. Okay. I'm a little more stuck than I would prefer it to be. I'm going to close this tab monster. And I should probably commit this and say I'm not sure if I'm having like the right commit, workflow, but okay, so we're gonna commit and say template test is passing. Other tests are not. Other client tests are not. Okay, great. I think I don't entirely understand what this is doing. I think that's my biggest thing right now. Is like, I think I know what it's doing, but I'm not sure what it should output. I mean, it's mapping an array. So it's iterating over the array and calling template each time. So I guess the question is, what is template returning? Template is returning macaroni. And here, okay, so why don't we do console.log? And it's going to hate it. Okay, so that's going to say return. And then let's do this, and then save, and let's see what happens. Okay. So let's try that. Okay, it's doing what it's supposed to. My test is just not working. Because if you look, it's returning this twice. Why is it returning it twice, though? I wonder if I can skip a... Let's comment on this render test real quick. Okay, that's why it's returning it twice. Okay, so this should be... I mean, it should be working. I just don't entirely understand... I just don't entirely understand why it's not... The test is not picking up the thing. Okay. So... I need to do some more reading and jest. And to figure out why the hell it's doing it. Okay. And I just closed all my documentation. I'm funny. Let's see if my frame drop rate has not changed, which is kind of scary. Maybe it's Firefox. Who knows? Okay. So thank you, coding blocks. I can't like from this. Okay. Whatever. All right. I'm gonna stop streaming, but thank you for watching me. Okay, hold on. Let me go to video and then do this properly. Thank you for watching me do this session of, you know, stuff, testing, things. And I promise I'll get back to Node.js. Have a great day.